YouTube? Good afternoon. Tis July the 1st, 2021. I tried like 1.5 million times yesterday to make a video, and it was awful. It was like a tornado that hit, and then an earthquake, and none of that happened actually. It was interruptions from a psychotic bird and a toddler, and I had to take a cookie break. You probably saw that. It's essential. But we're not talking about cookies, we're talking about combatants and whatever else. So this is the combatant. This is the black G10 grenade texture grip. The grenade texture name came from the first iteration of this. Looked like a grenade pattern that I did to give more grip, because G10 gets really freaking slick when it's wet, and if you work, you sweat, and if you sweat, you get wet. Or if you work outside and it rains and it gets wet. Or if you're cleaning game, I'm not sure if you're aware, but blood is kind of wet. And if you poke the wrong part, then there's other fluids that are wet. So that's what that grenade texture means. There are other companies that do something similar. I like to think that mine are actually placed intuitively. I think a car just hit the curb over there and distracted me. Shiny stuff. Anyway, so if you look like this cut out, this cut out, this cut out, these lock your fingers into it. Then if you've got a reverse grip, they do the same. These other textures give you a little bit more purchase if you've got tip down or tip up. The Combatant is still in the 156 steel, so it's a work knife. But I designed this one to kind of be that crossover between tactical and everyday carry and useful. Lately, we've been kind of coined as the tactical to practical. That may be a little bit hokey or cheesy, but that is kind of that area that we live in. Stuff that can be used in a more combative environment or defensive environment, but is also designed around everyday use. Amazon boxes, apples, aardvarks. I figured I'd list all A stuff. Aeroplanes. Probably won't work for aeroplanes because you get the jail and
assholes.
Assholes. That is a good one. I could cut myself severely with this because it's common. Actually, only my family thinks I'm an asshole. Not my immediate family, my like bros and sisters and those immediates. Immediate asshole receiver. Anyway, Combatant, that's what this is. It's in the Nickle Boron finish. It's the Nickle Boron Battle Worn because, and that's not something cheesy, that the company that does this is exclusive to us. The knives are going to be used, right? So if you did this super pristine style finish and then you go beat it through a tree 1 million times like Eric Outer did on the review of the Bushman last week, you're going to be mad because your Cerakote's going to chip off and your powder coat's going to chip off like the competitors. Nickle Boron is not going to, and what it does is that it's actually a self-lubricating, if you will. It heals itself, and the way it heals itself is to make it smoother. So it'll get spots on it, and that's what these high and low spot highlights are, is that battle-worn look. If you can see where it's darker in here and then you've got the lighter grays, but the Nickle Boron, it's common in bolt carriers. A lot of major firearms manufacturers, most of you have probably your slides or your bolts, or some of you do. It's very common, but it becomes part of this metal substrate. So this is never going to come off. I mean, it's just not. It's part of the metal. And it's done at a low temperature so it doesn't get in our temper. Or 1095 high carbon steel, dual tempered back to a 57. Not about a 57, not a 55 to a 60, a 57. A 57. Every single time. There's a Rockwell tester downstairs in the basement shop. We're funny about that. 57, because that's what 1095 really should be. Much higher you get chippy, any lower you get edge rolling. 57 is really good. So more about the design aspects. Again, it's the balance points of our stuff that I really focused on. I'll reference that video that Outer Limitless did again. He takes the handle off and swaps it from a smooth to a grenade texture handle, and you see that there's just the holes, and he was actually surprised by that. I worked really hard to get the edge geometry appropriate for all the blades and to keep the balance point where it moves around this axis. So it makes this heavy 156 steel knife, thick steel knife, feel a lot lighter in hand. It's also got this breakaway to the back spine where, as opposed to being flat across, I shaped this to where it's shaped in your palm. You've got 2 finger wells to pull that guy right up into your palm so that if you do move it around, not for cutting nobody's face off. We ain't trying to cut no faces. Because that starts with an A, right? You know, face. A. Anyway, stupid. Nickel Boron is good stuff. Also, the sheath, it's really the slimmest line of all of my slimline cases, and I've had people say that my cases are really different. Most of the reviews are great. Really only one person has ever said they didn't like it, and I think that's because they couldn't figure out how to do it, but whatever. Come to the shop, I'll show you. It's the width of your belt. So a lot of us wear like a 511 style. That's what I'm actually wearing. So it's the width of that belt, so that if you want to wear it cross draw, appendix carry here like this, your knife will disappear. You can go left side. You can pull this screw out. This screw doesn't do anything for retention. It doesn't do anything for anything other than being a placeholder for a screw in case you lose a screw. Or if you want to pull this out, you can run your lanyard through. You can lace it to your pack or your leg. I don't know why I did that. Or your shoe if you want to be stupid. And these shoes are awesome. BT Dubs. I put the spacers in here. That's a recent addition where if you're wearing a duty belt or a thicker style belt, that gives you that spacing to keep the knife where it doesn't dig into your body. Meat-ness-ish is and things. Another feature, which is pretty common across our whole platform, these screws I developed, I had to pay a guy much smarter than me to make the drawings off of the napkin that I sketched of mine, but it's a 2-piece instead of what everybody else uses as a 3-piece with the barrel in the center being aluminum. I didn't like that aluminum center barrel because if you crank down on the handle, then the shit's gonna strip out, and that's not useful. So I wanted heavy duty hardware. So this is a standard 82-degree countersink taper. So if you pull this out, you lace your lanyard through, it's beveled so that it won't cut your lanyard and you can have that extra full grip if you need it. I play with my knife a lot. I move it around. I'm really always moving it so the lanyard gets in the way for me. But there are times when I've used it on my Raider and it needed it for good effect. We also have the multi-clip that'll allow you to do vertical. Almost tripped over this basketball goal. So you can do vertical carry. You can switch that multi-clip around and turn it around this way. There's a video on it. Watch that one too. To mount for Molly, or you can actually mount it inverted. So some people like to carry this blade this way. So then you've got your drawing cuts and you can pull it out that way. But I know a guy who carried it scout carry, which you can do also, that cut his fingertip off, showing off for somebody. It's really the only time. Oh, and that guy at Blade Show took his fingertip off with this guy. If you're watching, I'm not going to name drop you because that's embarrassing to cut your finger off at Blade Show. Look at that sweat, glisten. I guess we got some time to talk about some other blades.
Or we could do another video.
We could do another video. We had 2 videos today. Happy Independence Day. Also, quick update stuff. Thanks to you guys, we've just blown up. I mean, not in a bad way blow up, but still a lot of stuff blow up kind of stuff. And not like eating a bunch of food blow up or stung by bees. We're selling a lot. That's what we're doing. So the lead times have extended out, and what I'm going to do is we're going to move to, I want to make a combatants 1 week and work through those and ship those out, and then we'll make Bushmen, ship those out, and then we'll make strikers. You get the point, right? So it's actually going to shorten the lead times, so it'll be on just a quicker cycle so that I don't get distracted and have to bounce from this blade to that blade to that blade to that blade and scream at this person to give me this piece of material. That way I can get it all on site on a rotating schedule and get them out to you quicker. Local, we've had to miss out on some of the Chattanooga markets recently, like all of them since Blade Show. Apologize. We are working to get back to that because that's what gave us our start, and we love our peeps. We like our local friends. You know, so if you guys need anything in the meantime, give us a shout. We do have other t-shirts, we got other hats, we got other keychains. A lot of requests for those have been coming in. I just am lazy and didn't put it on the website. It's not lazy, I just don't have time. And then if I pay somebody else to do all that,
we should do a t-shirt giveaway on your next video.
Oh, we should do a t-shirt. Just in, t-shirt giveaway. How about the kickest, assest, coolest use, like real use. Don't be stupid and perverted. Like, look at my life and my titties. No. I'll actually cut your shirt off of you if you do something stupid like that, because we don't stand for that garbage. Using it. Start a fire with it. Cut some kindling. It's got a lifetime warranty. Nobody's ever broken it.
Dude, if they do all that, they deserve more than a t-shirt.
I'll give you a round of applause, a t-shirt, a sticker. We'll give you some free stuff.
Yeah, some free stuff.
You want us to name drop on video and stuff, we'll do all that. Yeah, good idea, camera wife. Awesome. She's also everyday wife, sheet cover wife. You know, some of these stupid modern people go like, I got my work wife. I got one of them. It's the bestest of all of them. So it takes over all your other stupid extra wives.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend. Bye.